Hello and welcome to another update video about Rune. Yeah, the Rune chart performs. It's one of the bullish setups that we talked about already a few weeks ago. And we head down here, trend reversal area. I take them out when they're not meaningful anymore, and not to confuse people. But yeah, it turned around back then where it needed to, generally in the area. And the question is now, where do we stand now? So we certainly have a 5-wave move up, or at least it can be counted as a 5-wave move up here into the October highs, where the price peaked at $2.25. That could be a wave 1, that could be a wave 2. The wave 2 was very shallow, which led me to look into different possibilities. So let's talk about that. I see three main options. Okay, so first of all, my view is at the moment that the yellow count is in control. So the yellow count is the first one we want to look at. That assumes the price rallied in 5 waves. Here into the October highs, in a wave 1, came down in a wave 2 and started a wave 3. That can take us into the region around $8 to $9. Yeah, it's nothing new, we talked about that. So the trend is clearly up. So there's nothing really to add, the trend is up, and I usually add the 50% fib level, and against that level, the focus can be on higher. Against the latest high that we have made or that we've seen, I've now increased the support to $2.29, which is really the micro support, which means in any pullback, as long as the price stays above $2.29, we should be able to continue to extend higher in this wave 1. You might wanna use just the 38.2 fib level, because this is the ideal micro support, $2.53. So ideally, we don't even want it to go below $2.53 to consider it still to be in a wave 1 extension here. Okay, so that's clear. So the trend is up against that level. What this analysis does, it gives us a key pivot point, which is the white box here, which is between the 61.8 and the 78.6 extension, between $2.84 and $3.40. I did highlight to you that as long as we stay below $3.40, as long as we stay below $3.40, we can watch for a wave 2 pullback in yellow. Okay, above that level, this will get increasingly unlikely, not impossible. But the thing is, the ideal range in which we should start to see a wave 2 pullback is basically between $2.84 and $3.40, which means if it doesn't show, then it might escalate more directly and we might not see any pullback, and it might do what Solana did, okay? And we might then go quite quickly to, well, first of all, we would have here $4.26, $5.48, and then $8.21 as next fib levels. That is respecting the fib levels, can be seen here. At a reaction here. We had a support here. Yeah, we had a reaction just now here at 340. So it should also show a bit of a reaction to the next fib levels. So this count is in control as long as we're holding $2.29. There's really nothing else to add. So the focus is on higher against that level. But in this area, we can still be watching for a pullback, but it just doesn't seem to be very motivated to do it. Now, the second wave count is this white wave count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I like because of the long wave 4. It looks better in terms of the proportions if I compare the wave 2 length with the wave 4 length, and it also makes sense because the wave 5 in the altcoin sector can sometimes be extended. That would mean in any pullback, if it's deep, we have to be mindful it could be the white wave count, because this could be a wave 1 with a deep pullback in a wave 2. But again, as long as not even a small pullback shows, this is just something that we can keep in mind, don't necessarily need to focus on. Well, another scenario, and that will also become, basically here the white wave count is just something that we want to keep in mind, not something really to focus on. The other count that we can also keep in mind is that we actually need to have definitely as an alternative if we continue to push above $3.40. It's the idea of a high B wave, so that the yellow count actually is correct. Wave 1 topped here. This was only, however, an A wave, because it was very shallow. So basically we had a wave A to the downside. This is a high B wave, and we come down in a C later. So the challenge will be to determine where the C wave goes, because it can be very shallow as well if we have an overshooting B wave, which is so massive. So overshooting, I have seen B waves that can overshoot massively, okay? But yeah, this is just something, so it can just, without a clear structure, these B waves can extend. So we will just have to take it level by level, but against $2.29, or in the very short term, actually $2.53, the focus can be on higher. I mean, there are hundreds of ways how you trade this. Therefore, it really depends on the strategy. You could also say, okay, look, I want to focus on higher just against the last swing low. But from a Fibonacci support point of view and a wave count point of view, we want to use 253 and 229. Already below 253, the probability is increased that we are in a wave 2 correction, okay? So yeah, so I think targets are clear. The key fib levels are clear. This is the decision point. Ideally, I would still like to see a wave 2 from here, but wouldn't be surprised if it just escalates. Altcoins sometimes do that without clear structure. What you should ignore really is the micro count here. It shows basically it could be complete, yes, but it's, yeah, with micro counting, be careful, because people take it and think they tell you it's complete. It's not. It's just a placeholder to understand, are the requirements fulfilled? And yeah, they are for a wave 1, absolutely. But that doesn't mean the market has to turn around here. So yeah, that should give you everything you need to know about Rune. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.